Hello, friends. Hope you're doing well. So, we are streaming because I would like to get back into doing daily videos. So, I kind of want to just get back into doing the daily videos. But right now, my ASMR desk is just a total mess. So, kind of want to just make a video here while I'm working on some photos. So, here's some of the photos I took when I was on my work trip here recently. We're just kind of working on that. These are going to be. Oh, so my girlfriend stuck this in my case, which was kind of nice of her. I took a photo of it, and then also took a photo of some thermostats for my other ASMR channel. Well, it's not an ASMR channel; it's a white noise channel. The ice machine. Also, I saw this. It's like there's these things called prayer mazes, which are just like rocks, and you're supposed to like walk them and ponder things. And I just saw this, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool, like, easy way to do it with just like tile, basically, as opposed to like using big rocks. So I thought that was kind of neat. But let's go. So right now we're just kind of like running through and picking some good ones to send to the client. Just kind of some quick ones because, we just got back the other day and they would probably like some fast photos. So basically when I'm picking fast ones, I'll just go through the big batch like this and set the rating level to 1 when it's good. Also, side note, I did buy a foam cover for this, so hopefully I'll be able to get in real close without the poppers. I think they're called plosives. I don't think they're called plosives. I know they're called plosives. But like that right there, with the wind from my nose when I'm up close on the mic. So just trying to go through here and grabbing some good ones, and I flag ones that I know are bad with the red colored key, which is 6. So I'm basically just on the numpad, and I'm just hitting 1 when it's good, and 6 if I know it sucks. Like this, like his expression sucks, but like his expression here better, and I don't need 2 of them. But I'm giving him 2 of them. I do it 2 of them anyway. So yeah. I'm just trying to give them, like 100 or so photos that are like pretty good. Out of, you can see here, 3,126 out of 4,404. So, but it was just like at a crazy nice resort that they put us up in, which was super nice of them. If you saw my hotel video the other day, this is what we were doing. Just kind of some corporate meetings, it's like a car dealership, and all the GMs came and met at a little summit powwow. They talked about the strategy and whatnot. But you can kind of see here how I work. It's a lot of. It's just a lot of like educated guessing. You look for the good moments, and then you snap away. Because like if you just go click, 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 if you just go click, you might get this moment, but you also might get this moment, which is not good. And so you get kind of that range when you go click, click. Like these 2 photos are like pretty different. Like this is a more gentle face. This is like a more aggressive face. So if you just clicked once, you might get this, but you might get this. And this guy looks angry. We don't want that. This looks more like neutral and like trying to work, you know what I mean? Like, eyes closed, eyes open. see, so that's just kind of like hand gestures might be better or worse. She's blinking in both these, but he's kind of the main subject, so we might crop in. That's nothing. He looks bored. You know, he kind of just. And it's one of those things where, like, there's so many photos, and so you kind of have to get good at doing it fast and, like, seeing an image and being like, that's good, that's good. I don't need, the duplicates. These are out of focus. That's good. He's talking with his hands. This one. Not that one. It's basically the same photo. He looks like, I'm trying to think of the word. Suspicious. So you delete that. He's blinking. This might be good. He's kind of an important guy, because he's talking on the microphone. He looks happy there. Pretty good, pretty good. Definitely happy. That's a good one. So you kind of get the sense of like, okay, just kind of flipping through them. I wish this were in focus, because they'd be a lot better than this like half-open palm hand, but it is what it is. That one looks like it's in focus. These are not. We'll keep it. People laughing, having fun, that's always good. No one looking at each other there. It's super serious. This is fun. This is kind of what the stuff they're looking for. Is kind of just like, we had a good time and it was fun. You can kind of send out some stuff. They also went to this cowboy bar. These are related, I think. Some of them, these two are related. And then, sister-in-laws. That's mother-daughter dancing. That's always fun. Get some good ones in there. That's a great one. Not that one. These are better. That's good. No, that's probably the best one so far. But we took a bunch of them. Because again, you never know when you're going to get like the perfect moment. So you got to shoot a bunch. Great one. You don't want people drinking. If you can help it. That's cute. You can't see anybody's face there. No face, no face, no face. She's like brushing her hair. It's not as good. But like here's kind of, you can get something maybe. This is good. You can see his smile. And so yeah, it's just this is most of what my work day is when I'm like working on photos. Is like just this. It's just blasting through. And then once you find some you like, you kind of just go to fix them. I don't like these. Can't see any emotion. There's no emotion. You need the emotion. Let's see. Who's her? She's explaining something. People talking with their hands, always good. Not that one. And that's really the secret. So like out of this 4,404 photos, I'll probably give them maybe 1,000. She blinked there. She blinked twice. Talking with hands, always good. Eyes closed. This woman was really interesting in that she like, I don't know, it wasn't like a sense, but it was like she had good expressions, but then like every time I'd pull my camera up, it was like very, very muted faces. And so like these like 5 photos, I think the only ones like where I captured like her like actual face, and you're just like, I don't know what it is. You just like sometimes you get that. I don't like that so much. They don't look, but it's like a couple picture. I don't know. That's not good. That's. I think at this point I was like super over it because it was like having a day. It was like a long day on this shoot because it was just like one of those ones where it was like being in a holding pattern the whole time and like not really being allowed to. Just like we did a thing and then we got up super early to set up the cameras. Then we got kicked out and we basically just had to like wait for like 2 hours while they did like their secret powwow that they didn't want recorded, and then came back, filmed a speaker, then there was lunch, and then there was like 3 or 4 hours where it was just like, do whatever you want, but it's like, the resort was so far away from anything I actually wanted to do that it was going to be an expensive Uber out, and it was going to be a half-hour Uber to anything I wanted to do. So it's like, that's an hour just burnt right there, assuming you could get one quickly. So I just went and took a nap, and then I woke up and just kind of puttered around the resort for a little bit. But it was nice. Also, I'm back on the sauce. Mountain Dew, oh, it knows. It just gets me. Oh man, these are cute pictures. Mother-daughter. God, I hope this mom doesn't die soon. That's like the worst thing about being a photographer. I think I talked about that once, was like, so often anymore, it seems like I see all these like RIP posts, and it's like my photo, which I don't know, I don't know why that kind of bothers me, but it's not funny, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I took the last good picture of that person, or like a core memory in their life, and so, which is like, I don't know, you feel like that should maybe like make you feel good that like you got a good picture of them before they went out, that like people can look back on that picture and like, the stuff you do is important. But I don't know, it's kind of like, depressing is the wrong word. I think it just gives you that reminder of mortality. It's like, well, one day that you're gonna, one of those pictures of you is gonna be on people's Facebook wall. And it's like, oh, yep, better get busy living or get busy dying, right? That's the Shawshank. This got really weird and like, I'm trying to think of the word, morbid, I guess. My parents always tell me I'm super morbid, so welcome to the stream. It's morbid. These people had fun, and they had good barbecue here. This was a place called Buffalo Chip in Arizona, Scottsdale, I think. I don't know, because everything is like so connected down there. Yeah, so this was like somebody's mom that he was dancing with, which is kind of fun. These are out of focus, I can tell. You get better at this as you do it a lot. Yeah, out of focus. That's kind of fun though. I did some double exposures, which one of them turned out really cool. Like, this turned out okay. That one sucks. I don't know if that's in focus. It's not in focus, but like with this, we can maybe do something with it where you have to develop. And we just add some black and white, and it kind of looks... These are all... Okay, so this is how Lightroom works, if you're not familiar. It's not difficult. These are my presets that I've made. These are the adjustments you can do. That's pretty much it. So like, I usually name my stuff after like songs. I have not shit my pants lately. I've been, so far, 2024, have not shit my pants one time. But I might do it. I might do it on this stream if you keep watching. That's a fun face. I like faces like that because it's just very like, you sure about that? You sure you haven't shit your pants this year? That face. That's my girlfriend makes faces like that at me all the time. Like, you've definitely shit your pants. This guy, 2024 is looking up, bro. It is. So far, this year's been going pretty good for me. Haven't shit my pants once. I got a bunch of Warhammer stuff. Getting way too. I'm like, can't buy any more Warhammer stuff. I bought so much Warhammer stuff. I just bought. Oh, let's see. Let me grab this guy. This big fucker. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. For comparison's sake, like, here is a standard Warhammer guy. just like, yeah, this guy just does so much work. He just blows people up. It's great. This big volcano lands. Did you eat any hotel snacks? I did not. Well, I did and I didn't. So they had like snacks out, like at all the docks, and so I grabbed some of the snacks. But I was trying to be mostly good. But they did feed us, and the food at the Four Seasons was very good. And I had a nice burrito breakfast one day, and then I had a Kit Kat. But then they also like brought like real fancy stuff. They had like a fish and a really nice beef thing. I don't know. It was just like it was meat, but it like was butter. Like it was just so soft and tender. It was like, ooh. I was like, I want to make this into a burrito. And then they had like bass and stuff. It was really fancy. So yeah, I ate well the whole time there, and I really didn't need to like snack much. But I wasn't gonna pay the $10 for the snacks anyway. I just drank tap water. So it's a $700 room a night, and I'm just like, I'm not paying $6 for a can of water. Just give me some tap water. Which surprisingly, Arizona tap water, not bad. Do I own some stocks? I have transitioned my stock portfolio pretty heavily. Let me pull it up. So I sold all my stocks that I was in my taxable brokerage account because I needed to pay some bills. And they weren't doing great, so I was just like, let me just cash these out. But in my IRA, I still have a good couple stocks. Right, it's all like dividend-paying stocks, and then I still have like 90 shares of GameStop. But you could see my Roth IRA not doing super hot. Well, I don't know if I could show you this. I probably wouldn't. This webcam's not great, but it was like $10 on Prime Day. So let's see. I got like $5,000 in my IRA, which makes me way behind for my age. Which I'm trying to shore that up this year. But basically, I'm moving. I'm keeping everything I have. That's like a dividend-paying stock. I've got some like Coca-Cola. I've got this one, like a Super Div, which is a I can't think of the word, index fund, basically, that just indexes like big dividend company payouts. But I'm moving to a bogglehead approach, which if you're not familiar, that's just like a 3-fund portfolio where you buy the U.S. market index fund, a international index fund, and then a bond fund, and then you just put money into that in various amounts, which it just seems easier. And when I was doing the active trading thing, like I was doing okay, but then I would do okay, and then they would take a hit, and then it would be like, okay, maybe for all the effort you put into it, you came out like $10 ahead. It's like, this is not worth my time. If GameStop stocks done anything the last couple years, they had that big the big blow up, and then it went away. It kind of went way down, and then there was like a second little sneeze, which wasn't half as good, and I made a couple bucks on that one too. But since then, it's kind of just been like this long. So at one point, I had like 400 shares, but I've since sold those off because it just kind of kept fizzling. So is it eventually gonna blow up? I don't know. People on the internet seem to think so. People seem to think that whatever the reason, like the people that were shorting it are still have done some kind of manipulation, that it's still over shorted. Whether or not that's true, I don't know enough about stocks. I'm just holding on to the 90 because I don't see a point in deleting them at this point, which I kind of want to get. I might get to 100, and then I could sell options against it, and then it's kind of one of those things where it's like I could sell some options, and if they pan out, then great. Or if the stock takes off, oh well. Really peaked during the height of COVID. It did, and I think the reason why stock trading peaked during COVID is because at that point, it was like people were discovering options, and people were through Robinhood kind of discovering like, oh, and this is something I could do from my phone. It was basically just gambling. A lot of people were just treating it like gambling, and you could see like if you go on like a website like Wall Street Bets, it's like that was literally the mentality people had, and some people made a lot of money, and then they lost it, and then some people lost way more money. So it's kind of a crazy time, and I kind of want to get back into it with a more measured approach, which is kind of why I'm doing the 3-fund portfolio. But my debt is not great right now. I think, I don't know, like at my lowest, my worst, I had like $35,000 worth of debt, which it's gone down. It's, I don't know, it's somewhere north of 20 now. I'd have to go check. A lot of people cashed out and went traveling. I should have, I probably should have cashed out more of the GameStop, or maybe just never put in that second round to get up to 400 shares, because I probably lost half the money I gained from doing that. But it wasn't a bad time, I had a good time doing it, so it is worth it. I made some money. But now it's more just like trying to figure out how to make this YouTube thing work. Which my YouTube channels are, the White Noise channel is starting to pay off pretty good. It's making, I think it made like $800 last month, something like that. So the last couple months it's been tracking upward, and I'm trying, like my goal by the end of the year is to build it up enough that like 1 month of White Noise pays my rent, which right now our rent's like $1,400 basically when you add the garage and the pet rent and all that stuff. It's just easier to round up, call it 14, because it's like $13.75 or something like that for a 2-bedroom, which isn't bad. But I just, kind of want if I could get that going, I'd be super stoked. So I don't think it's that far off. I think it's just like 1 or 2 really good videos away from being, that extra, what is that, like $500, $600. But at the same time, it's like make twice as much income basically. So it's further away. It is and it isn't. It's one of those things where it's like getting to $100 a month every month is like the hardest part, and then after that, like there's that switch that like the algorithm likes you a little more, and you can kind of justify spending a little more time and resources to build something up that's cool and good and fun, so that's the big goal for this year, and that's why I want to get back into doing like daily videos here, even though this channel like does not pay well at all in comparison. Like I spent way more time making videos for this channel, and I think it averages like under $10 a month. Like it's like each when you do the math, like the per video probably is like 25 cents every time I make a video, but I like doing it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And even if I was making no sense, I've kind of like come to enjoy it so much that I'm gonna keep doing it. I liked this photo because he's just like, what? You could dance? That's crazy. I love that one. I might zoom in so you kind of get his. She's having a good time. Get rid of that. Cowboy boots. Buffalo Chip Saloon. For some reason I wanted to say this was in Nashville, but it's definitely not in Nashville. This is Scottsdale, Arizona. That's better. No. Oh no. Okay, are we back? My OBS said it disconnected. It looks like we're back. So yeah, every time I was like, she had a good expression, and then every time I'd pick up the camera, she had like this face. And it was like, okay. So, it's one of those. It's difficult difficult to capture. Like, that's a face. Gonna get rid of that one. Oh boy. Just play like what? What was I? At this point, I was just tired. I was just snapping. Oh man, Buffalo. This. Oh, okay, Cove Creek, Arizona. This is where we were at. But it was a good time. Also, the lighting in there was weird. You could see like it wasn't because like with cameras, the way cameras work is they have curtains, is what they call them. So like if you picture like the rectangle, what happens is like one curtain goes, then the other curtain goes, and so light comes in when it's like hard to explain, but like the lighting that you see like feels like it's always on, but it's not. It's just flickering a lot of the time, and it's flickering at a rate. And if the rate doesn't match your curtain speed, you get stuff like that where it's like the lighting can look different between two photos, even though the lighting didn't actually change. But you see like darker, brighter, and I did nothing between these two photos. This is just a burst. So these pics when you stay at the Four Seasons, yeah, this wasn't at the Four Seasons. Here's another example of like this same exact camera settings, same exact editing settings, bright, dark, bright. But yeah, we went on like this trip to this place, and here you can kind of see where like this is dark, this is lighter. It's kind of how the shutter works. But we went out to this barbecue place for line dancing lessons, and people had a good time. Kind of just a fun event. It was the whole thing was kind of just like supposed to be real fun with like just business meetings in the morning, fun at night, and in the afternoon. And I pretty much just like took naps when I didn't have to be doing anything. So I mean, it was okay. I took a nap in a different place, so that was fun. But if they weren't paying me, definitely would not have wanted to be there. I don't like traveling though. I like being at home with all my stuff, my dog and my girlfriend, and like my little Warhammer guys. My little guys. I just want to like hang out with these guys. Oh, that makes a fun noise. It's a disgusting noise too. Like you could, if you close your eyes and you're like, that could be some like gross, like monster mouth noise. I don't know, but it's fun. So, oh boy. I'm over it. Sometimes you hit the wall, but I've deleted. I haven't like edited any photos. I've just been deleting the bad ones and trying to find like some good ones. I just gotta find important people dancing now, or people really having a good time dancing. This is the problem when you take like these big group shots. I didn't like flash bursts. Not a big fan. Also, we took these big group shots and it was just like herding cats. Like, these people aren't even looking. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, if you've never taken a picture before. But it's like, you let them get some drinks in them and then you're like, let's do a group shot of 60 people. You're like, let's not do that. Like, can we do it when we get there before they're drunk? It's like they're already drunk. They got drunk at the resort. And you're like, yeah, that's probably true. Fuck. So, it is what it is. Just cleaning these up. Getting this down. If I could get this, I don't know. I just need like a handful to send them. If I get like 100 to send them. I think I have 100 some edited, but like most of that is from like the first day, so I want to like get them some from this, and you know, a little sprinkle a little bit from the whole trip. That's a good one. This guy's laughing, that's fun. Oh boy. I don't like those because it looks like she's like leaning in on their conversation, you know? These are things that I think about probably too much. I don't know what they're talking about, but like as close as they are, it's not like inappropriately close because it was so loud there. And I was like, oh man, I brought earplugs with me down to Arizona and I totally forgot to pack them to go to this. And I was like, that kind of wish I had packed my earplugs because I don't like country music and I really don't like it when it's at like ear splitting volumes. Watching people dance. Delete these pictures. Oh man. Get rid of that one. Light test. Just scrolling around at this point. Trying to find some good stuff. Give me the good stuff. Yeah. Oh wow, I've been streaming for 31 minutes. Oh, that's a good one. You always love people that are really just going for it. You're like, yeah. Rodeo time, baby. What was the occasion for this actual event? So this was it's like a car dealership. And it's like not one car dealership, but like a lot of car dealerships. So like the corporate took all the GMs out on like a, you know, meet all the other GMs, because they have like 20 some dealerships kind of spread out throughout the Midwest, and they get together, you know, they have little business powwows, talk about how they're gonna strategize or whatever, and then I would say motivational speaker is probably the wrong word, but like the speakers were kind of interesting. One basically just like talked about everything you learn in Atomic Habits, but like worse. And then the other one was like really deep, and like it was like borderline like how to do therapy by yourself. I got real into it, like, and how to like take that stuff and like apply it to your employees. And so it was kind of good. It was very nice. Like you could kind of tell like this is a company that actually like cares about its employees and how they're doing. So it was kind of nice, and it was just kind of like, you know, a good way to like how to stay grounded and relate to your employees without losing the plot, which I'm guessing probably happens a lot. The corporate motivational speeches are so just, man, I don't even know. I've sat through so many of them, and so much of it is like, you could just read Atomic Habits, and it's all of this, but better. Oh man. But there was like, it was weird because they gave so many books out, and it was just like, by the end of it, they gave like 6 books, which I'm like, I read a lot of books, but like that's a lot of books for someone to like give me when you already have, you know, it's like I've got 4 queued up in my Libby right now. It's like if someone gave me 6 books, I'd be like, yeah, that wouldn't be happening. They do yap a lot. But these, I guess motivational speech is probably like the wrong word, because it wasn't motivational so much as like, inspirational is also the wrong word. I don't really know. God, these photos are terrible. Photos of like big groups of people are always, like the more people have to be in a photo, the worse it usually is. And it's just like, you gotta try to isolate it, and I just didn't have the tools, because the light was dark, and I didn't have the lenses I wanted with me. It's kind of annoying, but I got some good ones still. This woman taught the line dancing lessons, and this was a waitress, and she was really good at dancing. heard so many speeches. You have no idea. And I think maybe my standards are just so high because I've read so many self-help books too. But I would say most speeches that are like corporate that probably cost multiple thousands of dollars, let alone before you add in like the plane ticket and the hotel room, like, are not worth it. Like, so maybe I just like my sense of what a good speech is just so high because I've seen so many and I've like watched so many TED Talks, but I'm like, man, these are just, so many of them are just garbage and not worth the toilet paper they're printed on. You know what I'm saying? Also, these two were the event planners, and they are from like a company and they travel, and I'm like, those two definitely hooked up that night because I got some pictures of them dancing, they're having fun and stuff. I'm like, oh, are those two? Are they like husband and wife? And they're like, nope, they're just two people that are definitely schmoshing. Dude, yeah, man, David, I was like, I could probably find you some David Goggins videos that are better than this. These two, oh yeah, they had a good time. Look at that face. Oh yeah. Yeah, you could just see. Yep, they were hitting it off. Not that one. Sometimes when you got the camera tucked under your arm, it just takes pictures. Behind the scenes. I don't know why I took 17 of them. Burst fire. Sometimes you're just in burst mode, man, and it just happens. And you just go clack, 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 clack. It's fun, because sometimes it's just fun to hear the noise go ch-ch-ch-ch. And you're like, yeah, I've got a big professional camera. Remember my first camera took, what was the burst rate on my first camera? It was like 6 frames a second. And now the burst rate on my best camera is like 30 frames a second. So it's just like, it's just fun. That like you could get, oh, this was the barbecue. Get some of that, get that sweet sauce shot. That's the one you need, baby. Saucy. Oh man. Garbage, garbage, garbage. That's okay. Garbage, garbage, garbage. That's the thing with photography is like, I think maybe that's why I have such a thick skin. It's because when you take photos, you're like, most of these are garbage. So all I've done this whole stream, 38 minutes, I don't think I've edited a single photo. I've just been deleting them. Corporate events, I've seen crazy stuff, but like not fights. Like the crazy stuff is just like the entertainment they'll bring in. Like sometimes they'll bring in like fire breathers and stuff, and it's like wild the kind of shit they bring in. And you're like, how much money did you pay for this? The people on stilts blowing fire and shit. You're just like, what the fuck? What does that have to do with railroads? Or Facebook? I did something for Facebook once, it was huge. It wasn't like Facebook. It was Facebook, but it wasn't Facebook. It was like they put a data center in my town, and they had like a party to celebrate. And it was fun because they had like the turning on of the data center, and it was like ceremonial, and there was like a button that they pushed, and it like was a big like thumbs up, like a like button. And they told me, because they had hired me to take photos for them, and it was like a press conference style thing. The like button was in the front, and all the press had to be in the back. And the client comes up to me, she's like, I don't care about the press, get a good shot. And basically told me to like stand in the way of the press. And so when it came time to light the thing, I just stood in the aisle and click, 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 and you could hear the groans and the come on, what the hell, like from the people in the back. And I was just like, this is what they told me to do, man. Like, you can bug them for the photo. Oh man, yeah, the fire breathers. It gets old though. You know, like it's cool for like a couple minutes, and then you're just like, okay, he's just doing that again. People having a good time, yucking it up. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Oh man, I think I'm reaching my limit on this. You can only just go through and delete so many photos. But I have run through. I don't wonder where I was at when I started. I might have done more than 500 at this point. I think I was somewhere around 3,200. So that's pretty good. Oh, but how long? This stream is 41 minutes long. That's pretty good. I think I might be calling it. But hopefully I'm gonna get my ASMR desk back up and going. We'll get back to the regular ASMR videos tomorrow. So, McLovin, thanks for hanging out. I will do my best to not shit my pants just for you. Hopefully your pants remain shit-free for the entire year. Usual turnaround time for you to send them complete edited photos. It depends. I feel like something like this, I usually say 2 weeks, but that number is like so arbitrary. Like I could probably have these edited in a week if I needed to, but I just say 2 weeks. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Anybody watching the stream in the future? Wow, Taylor Swift's boyfriend did it, and I didn't watch the game, but that's what happened. Anyway, I just like saying that because it makes football dorks mad. Anyway, until next time, have a good one. Now I gotta figure out how to end this. Pull this up. Oh, does this pop up now? No, because this is the... Okay.